Hello, I am Doran the Videographer, and we got 3 videos as of now. We'll see after the 3 videos that I react to if there's more, but eventually this thread is going to have to lose steam. I just can't believe it's been like 3 or 4 days already, and there's new submissions every day. But I actually sent Raymond Castaneda, I don't know how to pronounce English second language. um, Over to this thread because he was asking for something specific, and I was asking him, well, can I see your, your work, and do you want me to react to it? Give me something specific so I can do an in-depth. So here he is, giving me, hosted by none other than Jungle Dog Kennels. Love the show. So it's a 3.5 minute promo for Instagram. So let's see it.
Everybody, we're about to be taking off to the Bully Show. Stay tuned, all right? Feel me?
So at the beginning here, it's good that you gave us context on what is about to happen. I would have liked a little introduction. I started this video, hey, this is Dorian the Videographer, and this is what I'm doing. So you could have just introduced yourself a little bit better there. Like, why are you going to the show? You're going to the show because you're doing what? You're filming? Give that 2 seconds of context at the beginning, just for storytelling's sake.
Everybody, we're about to be taking off to the Bully Show. Stay tuned, all right? Feel me?
Alright, that was a repetitive shot. We've already seen that.
I love Chris Rich.
It's a bit dark, so maybe you can't push your camera to go any higher because it'll be too noisy. So maybe have like an on-camera mounted light, or maybe just get a phone attachment to go on top of your camera, unless you're using your phone to film, in which case I think you can still use your flash while in video mode. So try and get any light that you can. If you have someone to your right, like, somebody's joining you, ask them like, hey, here's my phone on flashlight mode, can you like light up the scene and follow me? There's a couple of cheap alternatives to just lighting up a scene a bit better, especially when you're on the go. Repetitive. That's the 3rd time we saw it. Dog with the kid at the window. This is a different angle. So what I feel like is dragging on a little bit here is at the beginning we had you kind of introduce like, hey, we're going here. You didn't say what's happening or why you're going there. We see this highlight video of everything you're seeing, but this needs to conclude already because you need to give us more than just that. If the whole point of this video was just to show us the different dogs that you saw at the show, you could have stated that from the beginning, like, hey, here's a highlight video of all the cool dogs that I saw at this dog show. And that would have given a bit more context and people knew what to expect. But instead you're like, oh, we're going there, it just, I didn't have any expectation. I wasn't given any, like, foresight of what's going to happen at this dog show. So, I'm always asking the question, like, is the highlight over and something else is going to happen, or is the whole point of this just a highlight? Why didn't you just say that from the beginning? So, a bit of context and storytelling is needed. I think this is a repetitive shot too. We've already seen a close-up of these guys. We've already seen the kid with the dog outside. It's repetitive again. BABC, Stack Off Champion. BBC Badass Bully Club. Alright. This should have been at the very beginning. This is an establishing shot. This is the show that you're talking about. You can't just show a bunch of dogs and not give this is the context that we kind of needed. Like, hey, we're going to the show. Show your dog and then show this and then show the rest of the dogs. So we know, like, okay, all of these dogs are for this. Badass Bully Club. And everyone seems to be kind of like waiting. Dogs are sleeping, dogs are just chilling. This is not the highlight of this meeting, of this show, is it? What are these dogs getting judged on? Show more footage of the actual action of like all of these dogs, different people's dogs. Film them when they're, I don't know, wagging their tails or something, or whatever the show is about, whatever the critique of the show is about. Maybe you had a legal issue why you're not allowed to film during the competition. Then yeah, that makes it really hard. But again, add this context within the video. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to film the actual show, but let me show you some of the cool dogs that I got to meet. You know, any context would have been better than just throwing us in there. So here, what is happening here? We're kind of seeing like a dog's perspective on the ground, searching for something, and then we're outside the building and going away. So I didn't understand fully what the day was about. What was that award for? Did you win one? Can you show us at least a glimpse of your dog during the show? And when you leave the facility, you should have kind of alluded to that a bit better than what was the transition scene of, okay, we're leaving now, that low angle going between people. Get to a door, you know. I think that would have been a better way to like make people understand, okay, show's over, we're leaving. Storytelling elements.
Anybody that wants to go to an event, vlog or
So your audio is quiet compared to the music we just heard, and I'm on max volume and I'm having a hard time hearing you. So maybe this is the volume that you were able to record on the spot, but in post editing, you know, even the basic video editing software should have a volume knob that you could have turned up here so we can hear you a bit better.
you're by yourself, right? You got one dog and a 5-year-old, right? So two things, right? I'm gonna let y'all know right now that it's hard to do that. It's hard to take care of the dog, sniffing other dogs, you know what I'm saying? Other dogs barking at them and trying to sniff at them, and then you got a kid, a child, and you gotta make sure, hey, stay with me, make sure nobody, you know what I'm saying, like, make sure nobody comes and hit you, you know what I'm saying? So, and then to try to film things, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a little hard. So it's a fair warning to some of y'all, man. Hey, look,
This you could have included, like, interspersed in between all of those clips to help chop it up and not make it seem so long and repetitive. Because then you would be giving us context, you know. So you could have just had this voiceover if you don't want to include this video in that section. But you know, this advice that you're giving would have been good also to kind of give throughout that video. Like, all these dogs, let me tell you a secret about them. And as we're looking at them, you're giving us this information, this knowledge. And while we're looking at the footage, we see the dogs in a different light because of the information you're giving to us. Whereas here at the end, this is more of a vlog style, kind of your impressions at the end of the day. But this would have been, I think, more valuable used as a storytelling element accompanying what we were seeing. You were helping us interpret what we were seeing. Like, you see all of this? This is actually like being a dog owner and being, a father and being a videographer. Like, it's hard to, and showing this not just in a vlogging style, but with the moment that it's happening. Like when you're filming that, that's when this challenge that you're explaining to us now is happening. So I think it would have been appropriate to voice over this audio over that video.
Way back, stopped to get some canes. Now I gotta get this kid some Chick-fil-A. So we'll be back at the next one. You feel me? All right.
Yeah. So work on your storytelling. Work on the lighting or better settings on your camera if your camera's capable of shooting in, raising the noise levels a little bit. But yeah, definitely lots of stuff that you can work on and improve. But the fact that you are acknowledging a challenge that you're undertaking shows that you are dedicated, you are passionate about it, and you want to grow. So my advice is keep doing it, keep growing, keep asking people for feedback and advice on how to improve your videos, because that's one way to grow. Another way to grow is you searching other people and seeing how they film videos. Yeah, and maybe make the dog show a bit more concise and show the main action. I feel like we missed out on the main action, and I don't know if it's because you're not allowed to film during the competition or you didn't. So a couple of things to think about, and yeah, if you're passionate about a video,
Everybody.
oh, let me just pause that. Yeah, so if you're passionate about a video and you want to take it to the next level, keep practicing, 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 learning, learning, learning. That is how you advance. So thank you very much for sharing your work with me, and hopefully my feedback was of use to you. Thank you very much.